Women have always been incredibly talented and have always had a lot to add to the music. And I think that the powers that be have to move over.
You've got Janet. You've got Dusty Springfield. You've got Madonna.
Back in the 70s and the 80s, they really wouldn't give women a chance. It was kind of a man's world.
Pat Benatar, Fleetwood Mac, and Hart.
There's always the men rockers out there. They never show the female rockers. But they're finally getting the attention they deserve.
Bessie Smith, and Billie Holiday, and Diana Ross, of course.
The reason there's so many women on the radio is because they're doing it better than men.
Tori Amos, Sarah McLachlan, Liz Phair.
The 100 greatest women. They should have had this 15, 20 years ago.
Hi, I'm Jerry Halliwell. In this hour of VH1's 100 Greatest Women of Rock and Roll, you'll hear the greatest stories of the women of rock, R&B, country, funk and soul. Whether they were sporting beehives and sparkly gowns or leather and bald heads, women have always been a vital force in rock and roll. They've challenged it, brightened it, and in many ways revolutionised it. Before we get into the list, here's a look of how we decided who made the cut.
VH1 asked the world's most influential women to name the greatest women in the history of rock and roll. Ballots were sent, votes were calculated, and now each of these 100 artists will have a place of their own in rock and roll history.
Now check out the 20 artists you may have missed in the last programme. Our first artist is one of the great pioneers of rock and roll. Even Elvis was in awe of her powers.
Yeah, I feel real good.
She was tough, eccentric, and way ahead of her time.
You ain't nothing but a...
Big Mama Thornton was a wellspring from which rock and roll originated back in the 1940s.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Before Elvis sang Hound Dog, Big Mama sang it with a growl that even Elvis could never match.
She just had such incredible attitude when she sang. She was like a freight train. Most of her songs were relationship songs, and always from a very strong point of view, so I always loved her.
Humorous and bitter, Big Mama was everything a blues legend should be.
Mama Thornton's influence was at a time when black music was defined by the blues. It was a time when there was very little hope to become universal successes. She had a tremendous influence on what we all think about music, period.
To you too.
The artist at number 79 emerged as a refreshing alternative to the synthesized sound of the 80s and has been hailed as the female answer to Simon & Garfunkel.
Two voices, two guitars, two souls. The Indigo Girls have been captivating audiences since they came into prominence in the late 80s. Amy Ray and Emily Saliers mixed folk and pop and came up with a sound that was completely new and sung with an honesty and passion that was absolutely timeless.
I'm trying to tell you something about my life.
Indigo Girls are great. I mean, their lyrics are real strong.
Inside between black and white.
Those girls are amazing musicians, and, you know, they just put everything aside and it's about playing.
They have this wonderful spirit of, you know, come on, get out there and sing. And it brings you back to the whole reason why you got into it in the first place.
Rest in soul, Galileo, king of night vision, king of insight.
Our next artist is a spiritual powerhouse. She was offered large sums of cash to sing non-secular music in the 40s, but she kept a vow she made to her sick father to never sing a song he didn't approve of.
Oh, I used to have no playmate.
She has been called the greatest gospel singer who has ever lived.
Oh, yeah.
Mahalia Jackson found a natural outlet for her gift within the vibrating walls of her New Orleans Baptist Church. With ecstatic abandon, she combined the spirit of the gospel with the rhythm of the blues. Decades before rock and roll was born, the roots of its fervor and power can be traced to Mahalia's provocative style. And even after rock was well on its way, she was still on the scene, singing for presidents and kings with her unparalleled spirit.
I'm gonna wear a diamond gown.
One of the most memorable concerts in my entire life was a concert I attended as a young man when I was living in England. I went to the Royal Albert Hall and I heard Mahalia Jackson sing. And all these British kids came to hear her. Most of them had never even been exposed to anything like Mahalia Jackson. And when she finished singing, they stormed the stage. It was unbelievable. It was like she was a young rock star.
And then we're gonna join the heavenly choir. You know we're gonna sing and never get tired.
I always burst into tears when I hear Mahalia Jackson. It brings me back to my idealistic youth when I believed integration was possible, real freedom of thought was possible, all those things.
I feel like shouting, I feel like shouting, I feel...
When she sang, she'd always had this twinkle in her eye, and it was like she was singing directly to you, and the way she would smile, it was just like she was saying, I love you.
From one Jackson to another, the artist at number 77 was a TV star in Good Times and Different Strokes before breaking out as the woman in control.
She was born into the most powerful family of pop, but that meant the youngest Jackson had to work twice as hard to prove herself. With nearly 40 million albums sold, over 20 top 10 hits, and one of the largest recording contracts ever signed, Janet left the Jackson name behind and carved her own place in pop history.
This is a story about control. My control. To see Jan come out, you know, the youngest of the siblings, it's remarkable.
Janet took control of her life and she did other different types of music. You know, it was okay, and she set the trend for people like me, artists like myself.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Every time she comes out with something, it sort of like relates to what's happened in those few years that have gone by.
I think she's just incredibly strong. She wasn't a talker, she's a doer.
Janet was an icon. Everybody wanted to wear their hair like Janet. They wanted to dance like Janet. She's like so shy, you know, but you put her on a stage and she lights up.
A great songwriter, I think a great singer, great performer. She does it all.
Miss Jackson, If You're Nasty, is just the first artist in our special to emerge from an all-star family. Stay with us. After the break, the Go-Go's will make you dance.
I just have this vision every time I hear those songs of dancing around my apartment to, you know, we got the beat, you know.
And Tammy will make you cry.
That is some great talent there in Tammy Wynette. A lot of pain in that voice. It sounds like a captured animal or something, wounded and really beautiful.
You're watching Divas Week. It all leads up to VH1 Divas 2000. Tuesday, April 11th at 9, 8 Central. Only on VH1.
The crowd completely engulfed us.
It's getting hard to breathe.
Why did 11 people die at a rock concert?
And the place just exploded.
You could just see the fires raging.
This is our generation, and this is what we're going to show for it.
The Hells Angels had had way too many drugs.
I heard somebody say there was a gun.
Somebody had to die.
VH1 Rock Story takes you behind the biggest events in music history. Hosted by ER's Anthony Edwards. Wednesday at 10, 9 Central. Concerts Gone Bad. Only on VH1.
Think your butt's ringing.
Critics and audiences agree. Return to Me is hilarious.
It's the new hip!
Peter Travers calls it a Moonstruck-inspired comedy.
That's for you, baby.
Tell a friend and run to see this one.
Call everybody!
It's absolutely delightful.
You should needlepoint that on a pillow.
4 stars.
Woo!
And Jeffrey Lyons raves, it's a guaranteed good time.
Blah, 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 blah.
Return to Me, rated PG. Starts Friday only in theaters.
With just one wish, if I could change my whole world around, I'd bring an autumn day inside or summer all year long. And if I could speak in color, what magic I'd reveal. Is this what peaceful looks like? Do you know how colors feel? Say hello, where to go, whatever you want to know. Ask how, ask now, ask Sherwin-Williams.
These are great. I can't believe they actually came out.
Yeah, they could have been a real disaster.
Our honeymoon.
It rained.
It was romantic.
It rained.
It was exotic.
It rained. Come on.
With Kodak Max, you'll never miss a moment. It's the film that captures action in rain or shine.
We had some sun.
Yeah, the day we left.
Sunlight, low light, action, or still. Kodak Max, now with even better color.
I need my space. Well, you know what? I need my space too. So you can just say goodbye to your Joy Luck Club, Lilith Fair CD, Self-Help Titanic, Sleepless in Seattle.
At half.com, you can sell all your unwanted stuff.
Bye-bye.
All for half what you paid.
Yellow. I miss you too. No.
Or you can buy it back.
Sweetie.
Half.com. Buy for half, sell for half, and now get free shipping.
New Dakota Quad Cab has best-in-class cargo volume and big back doors that lead to best-in-class room for putting things you don't want outside, inside, and vice versa. Inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, oops, that's better, outside. Dodge Dakota Quad Cab. Big room, big doors, big difference.
They say that nothing remains constant except change itself. At New York Life, we see the world a little differently. The values with which we started, financial strength in our products, integrity and humanity in our dealings, remain the unshakable foundation of the company today. That they will be our values tomorrow, no matter what it looks like, is why New York Life is the company you keep.
We're back with VH1's tribute to the most influential women in music history. The band at number 76 originally formed as the Misfits back in 1978. They came to epitomize the rock and roll lifestyle and girl power long before, well, even me.
They're the most commercially successful all-girl rock group in history. Self-taught and self-made, the Go-Go's were nobody's creation but their own. They were an all-girl rock band at a time when the music industry said such a thing could not exist. for good measure, they even trashed a few hotel rooms.
Can you hear them? They talk about us, telling lies. Well, that was the price.
Yes, the Go-Go's. They're a real all-girl band, one of the first to really get through and make some noise.
They were really fun. They had a really good sense of humor about themselves, but they played well and they had good songs.
I loved that record. I just have this vision every time I hear those songs of dancing around my apartment to, you know, we got the beat, you know.
Well, nowadays there's lots and lots of women on the charts. It makes it almost hard to remember that 10 years ago there really wasn't anybody. And when we came out, I think people were ready for a change in sound and attitude and everything.
While the Go-Go's were known for their great pop anthems, they originally took their cue from the American punk movement, which was pioneered in Los Angeles by our next artist.
She was half of one of the most admired and enduring songwriting teams American punk rock ever produced. The gritty yet melodic LA quartet, X.
She thinks differently, and her verse, her poetry is amazing. She's magic. She is really incredible.
A poet first and a singer second, Exene Cervenka's beat-style lyrics depicted the seedy dark side of LA and a world gone wrong.
Exene is a great humanitarian, you know. She's so politically motivated and poetic in nature.
With her unconventional singing style and tattered clothes, Exene was America's first punk star and anti-hero.
When the artist at number 74 finally got a recording contract in the mid-80s, she was still working as a legal secretary in her hometown Detroit.
Anita Baker spent the 70s climbing the musical ladder and emerged as one of the greatest talents of the 80s. Her smooth, soulful voice earned her 8 Grammys and ushered in a new era of sophisticated urban music.
Anita Baker, she's incredible. She has the sweetest alto in the music business.
Anita Baker's voice was just so unique and smooth and...
The next artist earned her title the First Lady of Country Music. Let's show you how.
Mississippi-born Virginia Wynette Pugh worked the cotton fields to pay for her music lessons. By age 20, she was divorced with 3 kids.
That is some great talent there in Tammy Wynette. A lot of pain in that voice. It sounds like a captured animal or something, wounded and really beautiful.
I love you both, and this will be your AGWL.
The pain, power, and emotion in Tammy Wynette's voice was no act.
She was a really sweet woman. She had a phrasing thing, you know? You could feel it. I went to see her at the bottom line, and she just blew me away. I remember sitting there, and we're all crying while she's singing I Don't Want to Play House.
I watched Mommy
There's that one line when she overhears her daughter saying to the next door neighbor, "I don't want to play house."
I don't want to play house.
Mommy just cries.
It makes my mommy cry. 'Cause when she played house, my day said goodbye.
And we're like,
Throughout 5 marriages, Tammy's music reflected both the hope and despair in her life.
Stand by your man and show the world you love him.
What's made it worth it for me? I guess just being able to do what I want to do to make a living. Sure beats the heck out of working in a beauty shop that I used to do and picking cotton.
Stick around. After the break, we've got the self-proclaimed queen of royal badness.
She talks about positive things, and I really like that about her.
Latifah's founder and hero.
She put everything on the line when everyone said, this can't possibly work with Latifah, and she just went out there and persevered and just did it.
And one of the most controversial women in the history of rock.
For all her artifice, she's also incredibly honest.
Next on VH1's 100 Greatest Women of Rock and Roll.
The people who brought you VH1 Divas 98 and VH1 Divas 99 now proudly present VH1 Divas 2000. Tuesday, April 11th, Mariah Carey, Donna Summer, Faith Hill, and more share the stage with the ultimate diva, Diana Ross. VH1 Divas 2000, a tribute to Diana Ross. One stage, one concert, one night, a whole bunch of divas. Tuesday, April 11th at 9, only on VH1. Sponsored by Chrysler.
Who is the 300 driver?
The 300 has always been built for people who love to drive.
We're the type of people who like the feel of a flying machine.
It's a car America can be proud of.
At the heart of every 300 roars its mighty engine.
Chrysler 300M, the most powerful sports sedan in its class, engineered off the beaten path.
You'll find yourself hoping almost immediately that more paths will stay unbeaten.
Chrysler 300M. Car and driver's 10 best 2 years running.
Hey, look at this.
What is it?
Check this out.
Yeah,
get the flashlight. Get the flashlight.
Yeah, man.
Never has so much power gone into our battery. Duracell Ultra. The most powerful alkaline battery in the world.
With the acclaimed novel. Now, 20th Century Fox invites you to a place where ordinary people
Welcome home.
Are extraordinary.
He loves everything about you.
And everyday life is unforgettable.
How can you love someone so much you just met?
Natalie Portman, Ashley Judd.
He told you he loves you?
There isn't anything better than you.
How can you not love him?
Where the Heart Is. Rated PG-13. April 28th, only in theaters.
The Fresh Maker.
The Academy of Art College, San Francisco offers degree programs in 10 major areas of study. Get inspired. Call today. 1-888-691-ARTS.
Who's the man?
I'm the man. Who the hell are you?
I plan to fight crime.
What's the scam?
You're a Jew thief.
His internal affairs.
Hello, he's FBI.
I'm a federale.
You're Mexican? Guess I can see it.
Gracias. Martin Lawrence.
You mind if I drive?
Blue Streak, rated PG-13.
Order on pay-per-view.
Don't pay high prices for your jewelry at retail stores when you can come to the Westchester County Center Jewelry, Gem, and Mineral Show and Sale. Since 1973, we've been bringing you the best in jewelry and gemstones. All of your shopping needs are under one roof with over 175 exhibitors from around the country. Choose from finished jewelry of all types, fine watches, loose gemstones, diamonds, crystals, beads, earrings, and silver, plus much more. So plan to attend the Westchester County Center Jewelry, Gem, and Mineral Show April 7th, 8th, and 9th. A Gloria Rothstein Show Incorporated production.
Call 1-800-PIN-DROP and switch to Sprint 1000.
We're over a quarter of the way down the list of 100 greatest women of rock and roll. When rap music evolved in the late 70s, people originally thought it was highly sexist and even more male-dominated than good old rock. That was until a young woman came along from New Jersey with a whole new message for music lovers.
Welcome into my queendom. Come on, come on.
At age 19, Dana Owens debuted on the hip-hop scene and cleared a path for women rappers, earning the name Queen along the way.
Some think that we can't flow. Stereotypes, they got to go. I'ma mess around and flip the scene into reverse. With what? With a little touch of ladies first.
Decked in traditional African garb, complete with crowns, Queen Latifah became the matron saint of hip-hop.
I'm a queen, no respect, treat me like a lady, and know my name ain't Yo, and I ain't got your baby.
With her tough but intelligent persona, she evolved into a media sensation and president of her own record company.
Who you calling a bitch?
Queen Latifah, I think that she is so talented. She talks about positive things, and I really like that about her.
Another flow. Every time I hear a brother call a girl a bitch, you're a hoe. Trying to make a sister feel low, you know all of that got to go. Now everybody knows.
I respect her enormously just as a human being. I think she's got great dignity and is a phenomenal figurehead for young women.
You put your hands on me again, I put your ass in handcuffs.
And that's got to be applauded.
You say I'm nothing without you, but I'm nothing with you. A man don't really love you if he hits you. This is my notice to the zoo. I'm not taking it no more. I'm not your personal.
All I knew was how I felt about things. Just to say whatever I felt and not be afraid to say it. I felt like every woman was a queen. So why shouldn't I be proud of myself? Why shouldn't I hold my head up high? Why not?
The artist at number 71 won a scholarship to the Lee Peabody Conservatory in Baltimore at age 5, but she was thrown out for her infatuation with rock and roll.
She started playing piano scores and writing her own songs at the age of 4. But a streak of rebellion got the child prodigy Myra Ellen Amos expelled from her elite music school, and instead on the track to becoming a rock star.
God, sometimes you just don't come through.
Tori had a thunderous breakthrough in 1992, immediately establishing herself as a formidable music talent and fascinating persona.
Tori Amos. Wow. I mean, she's frightening. I get scared of her.
Tori Amos is a very, very special person. She's extremely sensitive, poetic, musical, and beautiful.
This is not really happening.
I think she's brilliant. She's courageous. She's big on imagery. She basically paints a tableau for you when she's singing.
Peel out the watchword, just peel out the watchword.
Tori does some amazing stuff on the piano, and she's opened up a whole world for people who were not accustomed to seeing a woman take the stage at a piano.
I
I'm much more comfortable when I'm just at the piano. I think that's why I became a songwriter when I was little. That's how I really kind of told my mother I wanted macaroni and cheese. I'd sing it to her. This next group are the only Scandinavians in our special, and they really can't be compared to anyone. Their infectious melodies spurred a global mania that's now in its second wave.
In many countries, they've outsold the Beatles. The magic of ABBA can never be fully explained, but it certainly had a lot to do with the heavenly sound of two voices, Agneta and Frida. Together, these Swedish singers created a chemistry that has never been surpassed.
ABBA made great tracks.
There's so much talent in that group. I mean, really, so chock full of talent. And such great voices, such distinctive voices.
Can you hear the drums, Fernando?
Their appeal is more kitsch now, in retrospect, but they were great pop records. Wonderful little dramas and the beautiful singing.
There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright, Fernando.
Their presence, aura, and sense of style have made Agneta and Frida the undisputed queens of a long-lost age of innocence.
Knowing me, knowing you, there is nothing we can do. Knowing me, knowing you.
ABBA, for my money, wrote some brilliant, brilliant pop songs, great melodies.
We just have to face it this time.
To listen to that and not think that it's really, really well crafted and well written, you're missing the point. You're looking too far. It's very cool stuff.
When the artist at number 69 wanted to have another female artist open for her on tour, industry executives insisted that they couldn't sell tickets with two women on the same bill. She fought back with her own money to finance a tour that not only featured herself, but over 20 other groundbreaking women. Ha, that showed him.
She's a flower girl for the 90s. Nova Scotia native Sarah McLachlan had her first gold album by age 19 and a place carved in rock and roll history at 29. As founder of the Lilith Fair, McLachlan proved herself not only a rising singer-songwriter, but a feminist visionary who shattered myths about the power of female performers.
She was a heroine. The fact that she could wake up every morning and from 10 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, every night, always had a great attitude, was the consummate hostess.
I love Sarah. She put everything on the line when everyone said this can't possibly work with Lilith Fair, and she just went out there and persevered and just did it.
Change the way you feel. Leave you with your misery. A friend who won't betray. Pull you from your tower.
She has been able to come up with something really unique. I still think that that's the most important thing for an artist, is to find their own unique voice and believe in it and be true to it.
The frontwoman of this next band named them after a line in the Greek tragedy Medea to describe the abyss inside. Out of that abyss came the unexpected tornado called Courtney Love and Hole.
Love her or hate her, you cannot ignore her. She's the fiercest, loudest, most uncompromising rock star around today. Courtney Love's raging persona overshadows her music time and again. But as frontwoman and songwriter of Hole, Love and her bandmates are charting new territory with their brutally honest lyrics and raw guitars.
I am dull parts. I love her voice so very much, and I love her.
For all her artifice, she's also incredibly honest, and she's unbelievably smart. She's got an ability to tap into those depths of despair and anger and depression that I think almost every single woman has felt in her life.
I relate to her very much. I'm sure that she's going to break through all different barriers, and she's going to keep on changing.
Oh, make me over. I'm all I want to be.
She's exploring all different areas within herself, and I think that's good.
I wish there were more women like her out there, you know, warriors.
Back in the 60s, this next group was so popular, they had the Rolling Stones opening on tour for them. Well, unfortunately, a lawsuit between the group's lead vocalist and the group's producer prevents us from playing their very biggest hits. But here's an abbreviated look at the Ronettes.
They're the original tough girls of rock. Composed of sisters Ronnie and Estelle and their cousin Nedra, the trio marked the girl group era with their infectious teen anthems and became Phil Spector's most successful act. Decked in towering black beehives and heavy eye makeup, the Ronettes were everything a girl group had never been. Sweet, but by no means innocent.
It's the most distinctive voice I've ever heard. It's like the quintessential teenage girl voice.
Wonder why I'm not the girl who silhouettes on the shelf.
Before the next woman was performing, she was working in London as a waitress, a model, and believe it or not, a bike messenger.
The exotically gorgeous and understated Sade was an antidote to both the big hair and the loud music of the 80s. Singing in a sleek, jazzy style like a contemporary Billie Holiday, Sade bowled over both critics and fans, who made sure that all of her 4 albums placed in the top 5 on Billboard's pop and R&B charts.
Sade, I love. I've always been, you know, influenced by these types of women.
No need to ask, he's a smooth operator.
I gotta give it up for Sade. She makes amazing records, and you know, it's the love-making soundtrack.
That Sade is so smooth. Don't go anywhere. When we return, we've got a fifth of the max.
Songwriting for me is all about love and passion. But whatever it is, it has to be 100%. It can't be anything less.
And one of the most decorated voices in music history.
She's a rare phenomenon.
Coming up on VH1's 100 Greatest Women of Rock and Roll.
VH1 presents Diana Ross and the Supremes Return to Love Tour. Go to vh1.com for tour dates and info. And don't miss Diana Ross and the Supremes in concert on VH1. VH1 Divas 2000, a tribute to Diana Ross. Next Tuesday at 9/8 Central.
It's my duty to inform you that you've been charged with murder. Murder, sir?
Tommy Lee Jones.
What do you think? I think they're out to crucify you.
Samuel L. Jackson.
The crowd in front of the embassy had no weapons, did they, Colonel? They were killing my Marines!
From the embassy, what if the crowd did fire first? Forget this guy. I don't want it to exist.
Withholding evidence is no less evil than charging my client with murder.
Is that a threat?
Oh, yes, sir.
Rules of Engagement, rated R. This Friday in theaters everywhere.
Why try to be someone you're not?
Jeeves, what can I do about these leg cramps?
Staying hydrated is highly recommended. Water, madam?
Introducing Jeeves, the world's first internet butler. Just type in your question, and he promptly finds the answer.
Jeeves, what happened on my soaps yesterday?
Sarah is dead, Jack is alive, and Joe turns out to be Jill.
Need answers? Ask Jeeves at ask.com.
Are you ready for some shopping? Big Kmart Dollar Days are here. Get a Samsung microwave, $49. White Westinghouse appliances, just $8 each. Unit and cordless phone, $27. TurboCycle bikes, $35. Pokemon t-shirts, wow, $5. Changing for the better gives us more. Dollar Days at Big K. We shop, we score. Change, 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 yeah, for the better.
It's rising, it's baking. It's the new bread at Subway, baked fresh daily. Try it on your favorite sandwich. After all, if the bread tastes better, the sandwich will too. Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Can't get enough peanuts? Get a Payday. Sweet caramel and tons of salty peanuts.
We're back with VH1's countdown of the greatest women in music history. Early country music was known for its reserve and inhibited content, but the artist at number 65 changed all that, with lyrics like, "Don't come home a-drinking with lovin' on your mind."
Her life story is an American legend. The coal miner's daughter from Butcher Hollow, Kentucky, was married at 13, a mother at 14, and a grandmother by age 32.
But now I'm a honky-tonk girl.
As one of the first women in country music to write her own songs, Loretta infused the genre with a woman's viewpoint and contemporary attitude.
This old maternity dress I've got is going in the garbage. The clothes
Country music is not a man's world. It's full of great role model ladies like Loretta Lynn.
Mini skirts, hot pants, and a few little fancy frills. Yeah, I'm making up for all those years since I've got the pill.
Loretta Lynn was an inspiration to me.
Yeah, I'm proud to be a coal miner's daughter.
The purity of her voice, the honesty, the extraordinary honesty of her lyrics. Her life is a country song.
Not much left but the floor. Nothing lives here anymore except the memories of a coal miner's daughter.
Loretta was the first woman in country music to become a millionaire, achieving 16 #1 singles. Our next act scored their first #1 with the help of the songwriter Carole King and went on to become key figures in defining the girl group sound.
Each night before you go to bed, my baby.
They began by singing together at parties and, at the urging of a friend, auditioned for a label that signed them on the spot. The Shirelles were not only one of the very first girl groups of the late 50s, they were also one of the most enduring.
This is dedicated to the one I love.
The Shirelles, as far as I'm concerned, were pioneers. They had many, many hit records, not only hits, but gold and platinum.
Tonight you're mine.
The Shirelles were the first and biggest girl group out in the early 60s. They gave other girl groups like a little thing in their head, yeah, we can do this.
Will you still love me tomorrow? Will you still love me tomorrow?
The Shirelles were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1996, just 2 years before this next artist was inducted as part of Fleetwood Mac.
She has been hailed as the most alluring, unique female voice in the music business. Born Christine Perfect, Christine McVie began her career as a pop star in her native England. But it's her work with rock's most talented and tempestuous lineup that made her an international icon. Throughout all the success and the drama of Fleetwood Mac, McVie has served as the virtual anchor of the group, composing most of their biggest hits and her own solo smash.
You lifted me up, never let me down.
Songwriting for me is all about love and passion and magic and fireworks and all of those fantastic things. But whatever it is, it has to be 100%. It can't be anything less.
Stay right where you are, because when we return, Lena turns the charm up.
Lena's the most beautiful woman that ever was on the stage ever.
And Whitney belts it out.
She's my family. What can I say?
On VH1's 100 Greatest Women of Rock and Roll.
Mahogany, Touch Me in the Morning.
Wow, how unique her voice sounds.
Upside Down, Mirror, Mirror.
She can just hit notes and take you places that nobody else can.
It's My House, The Boss. That's my favorite right there.
Diana Ross is just the diva.
Diana Ross takes the stage with Mariah Carey, Donna Summer, Faith Hill, and more. VH1 Divas 2000, Tuesday, April 11th at 9, only on VH1.
You know the accident up there?
Yeah.
The lady, she broke her neck.
Oh my God, where is she?
Standing next to my window.
It will scare you. It will thrill you.
I see dead people.
It will haunt you.
Please make them leave.
And it will be here when you get here, guaranteed. The Sixth Sense, starring Bruce Willis. A supernatural thriller so good, you'll definitely want to see it again. Guaranteed to be there on VHS and DVD at Blockbuster.
It took years of research. It was tested by some of the world's greatest minds. And 20 patents later, the secret was revealed. The secret behind Focus Daily's contact lenses. It's called Comfort Edge technology. But what will you do with it? Throw it away. That's right. Focus Dailies are the affordable one-day contacts you put in every morning and throw away every night. So say hello to the incredible comfort of Focus Dailies. Then say goodbye.
Come out with your hands above your head
haven't lived till you've heard someone say that to you.
Another con.
You got a job to do.
Another sting.
We hit the armored car. Get the money before it gets in.
Just another day on the job.
I'm looking for a friend of mine.
That's my girl.
On April 14th, ride with a legend. One more time.
What took you so long?
Paul Newman, Linda Fiorentino, Where the Money Is. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, April 14th.
Until now, there has been a wall between you and the tools of serious trading. That wall is coming down. The information and technology professionals use to trade is now available to everyone. Daytech Online. The rules are changing.
I've never heard of mushroom jack fajitas.
Well, first we combine
grilled chicken, Monterey Jack cheese, smoky bacon, and mushrooms. New Chili's Mushroom Jack Fajitas.
Okay, then.
Eat to the beat of a different drum.
Not mine.
Nope. Not mine.
Not me.
That's not me.
Not here. It's not me.
Hello?
Starting today, everyone can go wireless.
Getting off.
Introducing AT&T National Prepaid Wireless. With no contracts, no roaming or long-distance charges, and even no monthly bill. You just pay as you go.
Mine. Not mine.
AT&T National Prepaid Wireless. Now we can all go wireless.
Hi, it's Adina. I know we've been together a long time, but I don't want to see you again. It's not you, it's me. I've changed. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I just don't need you anymore. Okay, take care. Bye.
CareerMosaic.com.
We're back with the top 2 artists in this hour of the 100 greatest women of rock and roll. Few careers, let alone show business careers, have had the longevity of this next artist. She planned to follow the footsteps of her actress mother. By age 16, her vocal talent was being honed by jazz legend Duke Ellington.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to sing a little number of my own.
Her distinguished career spans over 60 years on stage and screen. Lena Horne's sophisticated voice and elegance carried her from Harlem to Hollywood, where she became the first black star in 40s musicals.
I was born on a Friday.
A tireless entertainer, Lena broke down the barriers of race and sex, paving the way for future generations with her powerful voice.
Lena has always been very instrumental in the way that I present myself. She basically taught me how to walk on the stage, you know, what to do once I got out there.
Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather.
Lena's the most beautiful woman that ever was on the stage, ever.
Since my man and I ain't together.
I thought she was the most fantastic woman. I just wanted to be Lena Horne. I'm still amazed with her.
Keeps raining all the time.
Every note this next woman sings becomes music history. She sold an astounding 100 million albums worldwide, and each of her films have done serious business at the box office. But it's this remarkable instrument that holds the world in awe.
She's blessed with an extraordinary gift. Descended from a rich heritage of distinguished voices, Whitney Houston emerged in the mid-'80s as the new goddess of popular music.
Stolen moments is all that we share.
When she came in the industry, it was like something that was a breath of fresh air for women at the time.
So I'm saving all my love for you.
In 1987, she became the first female artist to have an album debut at #1. And shattered the Beatles' record for consecutive chart-topping singles. Houston's unprecedented achievements set the standard for the divas that followed.
Whitney Houston is a big inspiration in my life. She has so much power and so much energy when she's on stage.
We all know what this lady can do.
She's beautiful, inside as well as out. I mean, she's spiritual. She's a rare phenomenon.
She's my family. What can I say? I don't think any of us knew the magnitude of her success, of course, but we, of course, knew she had the talent. God pointed a finger at her and said, "You're the one."
Divas to big mamas to punk queens. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for the continuation of the 100 greatest women of rock and roll. Now check out some of the phenomenal artists still to come. I'm Jerry Halliwell. Thanks for joining me.
You're watching Divas Week on VH1. It all leads up to VH1 Divas 2000. Mariah Carey, Faith Hill, Donna Summer, and Diana Ross in concert. Tuesday, April 11th at 9, 8 Central.